Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the GC Informer, GameCast's very own news program. I'm your host for today, Mark, also known as Koistorch. First up, Blizzard have re-released the original Diablo over GOG. This means you'll be able to buy and enjoy the game DRM free, and it will work with modern operating systems. The game will include HD resolution support, but is not a HD game, so it will only look a little bit better, as this was a game released in the 90s. This doesn't include its expansion, which is a little disappointing, but then again it is only $9.99 US. When purchasing through GOG, players will receive two versions of the game, one for Battle.net and one for GOG. The Battle.net version allows for online multiplayer, while the GOG version allows for HD resolution and better OS support. It's an interesting and unexpected move by Blizzard. While I appreciate being able to play Diablo on more modern PCs, I'm also taking this release as confirmation that we won't be seeing an actual HD remaster of the Diablo series anytime soon. I would have loved for Blizzard to give this franchise the same reforged treatment they're giving Warcraft 3, but that doesn't seem to be the case. At least we can play it DRM free. Next up, Nintendo have taken another risky step forward. To add to the ever-expanding library of Labo accessories, Nintendo have announced the VR kit, which offers a bunch of new Toy-Con creations, including a set of Virtual Boy-looking goggles. Basically, it works by sliding the actual Switch console into the goggles, and then players will hold the device up to their faces, as it doesn't come with a head strap. The games, or more like experiences, aren't designed for head straps, so that's fine. The builds range from something simple like a camera, to something more interesting like an alien blasting game. It's all very entry level, and it seems less like VR and more of an augmented reality type deal. It is clever, as the Switch wasn't designed for VR at launch, and this is a gateway for both the company and young gamers. This way gamers can have a VR Lite experience without paying large amounts of money for very fragile tech, which is great especially if that tech is handled by younger gamers. The VR kits will come in a number of different configurations. You can buy the whole kit plus 6 Toy-Con VR builds for $79.99 US. There's also a smaller starter set that has the goggles and the blaster for $39.99. The extras available in the full kit will be available as expansion sets exclusively from Nintendo's website for $19.99 each. There was no trailer to accompany the announcement, but Nintendo did promise further details about each of the new Toy-Con builds as the kit gets closer to its release on April 12th this year. While the other builds seemed like they could be enjoyed by pretty much anyone, I feel like this Labo set really is directed at kids and parents as the target markets. If you haven't experienced VR, it's probably a cool little gateway toy, but if you have, I imagine it'll feel a little underwhelming. Still, it's cool to see Nintendo trying things, and it seems like they can finally put the Virtual Boy behind them. Next up, there's been a new story trailer for Mortal Kombat and new character trailers and announcements. As a series that started out simply enough with a deadly tournament held between otherworldly beings, now we have multiple continuities and reboots. Mortal Kombat 11 is twisting things even further thanks to even more time travel shenanigans, allowing multiple versions of the same character to occupy the same timeline. This means we can have old and young Scorpion and old and young Johnny Cage, whose interactions are fun and slightly cringy. It gave me the same sort of feeling I had when I played the first Injustice game, with different versions of the same character bouncing off one another in a tightly written story. NetherRealm have proven themselves multiple times in the cinematic story department in their last few games, and Mortal Kombat 11 looks like it'll continue that same trend. The new trailers also confirmed the return of Cassie Cage, Jackie Briggs, and Erron Black. Cassie got her own trailer alongside the story trailer, and she looks a lot better in this entry than in Mortal Kombat X. Her trailer also confirmed the return of Kano. It's really shaping up, and usually I'm not that excited for Mortal Kombat games, but something about this entry really has me pumped. It's also coming to Switch, so that might have something to do with it. Mortal Kombat 11 will launch April 23rd this year and will be included in the EVO 2019 lineup, which I covered in last week's news. And that's all for today's news. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let us know what you thought of today's topics in the comments below. Until next time, bye!